I was born in London, England in 1696. I was a member of Parliament, which is a group of people who make the laws in England. I found Georgia in 1733. I wanted to help people who could not pay off their debt. I treated the Georgia Indians with respect. I became a good friend with an Indian named Tomochichi. I treated the Georgia Indians with respect. I became a good friend with an Indian named Tomochichi. I was a Creek Indian chef. I helped James Oglethorpe build Savannah, the first city in Georgia. I went with James Oglethorpe back to England in 1734. I met King George and his wife, and I gave them 3 eagle feathers. I treated the English with respect. I gave James Oglethorpe a painting of the eagle as a gift. My mother was a Creek Indian and my father was English. I knew how to speak Creek and English. I started a trading post in Georgia. My trading post, the Indians traded deer skin for tools and pots. I was the richest woman in Georgia by 1735. I later became the largest landowner in the colony. I helped start the city of Savannah, Oglethorpe, and Tomochichi. I helped James Oglethorpe and Tomochichi communicate with one another. I was a Cherokee Indian. I created the Indian alphabet. I set up a trading post in what is now Alabama. I showed compassion to those who did not have enough to trade. I allowed them to get what they needed and pay me later when they could. I used to watch white settlers read from books. I called talking these. I wanted my people to learn how to read and write. It took me many years for me to complete the Indian alphabet. The Creek started a newspaper called the Creek Phonics in 1820. I was born in Atlanta, Georgia. When I was born, people were kept apart because of their skin color. My father was a speaker. He taught me to respect myself and others. I fought hard to have the laws changed in our country. I gave speeches and led marches to get the laws changed so that African Americans would be treated equally. I gave a famous speech in Washington, D.C. It was called I Have a Dream. I told people that I wanted to see black boys and black girls to join hands with white boys and white girls to live together as sisters and brothers. I was born in Carroll, Georgia. I was good at sports when I was a boy. I went on the track team. I also played football, basketball, and baseball. I was the first African American to play in a major baseball league. I played for the Brooklyn Dodgers and wore number 42. A lot of fans threw things at me. Other players would try to kick me. I had the courage not to fight back when they kicked and yelled at me. I was born in Plain, Georgia. I grew up on a peanut farm.
I wanted to help change the law so that African Americans would be treated fairly. I was elected as the 39th President of the United States in 1976.
I joined the U.S. Navy after I graduated from high school. After leaving the Navy, I went back to Georgia to work on my family peanut farm.